I had the first hit record, was the first one to record in my family when I was 5, if you can believe it.
Wow.
And it was in Japanese. It was called Chichana Koibito, and which means my little darling. And so when I came over here and had that hit, that kind of overshadowed everything else.
The whole family dominated the charts. Now, how did it all start for you all?
Well, I guess it started with my brothers, of course. They were singing barbershop harmony together, just as a fun thing to do. And Walt Disney discovered them. And then that's where Andy Williams' father saw them. And the next thing we know, we're with Andy for 7 years. And I was born on that show practically. And I started when I was 3 years old on Andy's show. And haven't stopped since, if you can believe it. And what a great blessing to do what you love to do every day of your life, you know. And I mean, there's been days when we wanted to do something else, but by and large, we've my brothers hold the record for the longest running group in history,
Wow.
having never been disbanded, and we still like each other after all this, if you can believe it.
Well, I mean, the dynasty is incredible, and you have all done so many different things. We still get Donnie and Marie's show over here on cable. I had a chat with some of your brothers a few years ago when they came over here on tour with a lot of country music they were doing at the time. They made a couple of albums of country music and so on. And you have moved in all sorts of directions. We'll talk about that in a moment's time. But what was your childhood like as a 5 to 9 year old with hit records and, you know, touring and shows and all that?
Well, it was wild, you know. I try to tell people a little bit about some of the goings on, and they don't believe you. But it was a great time to be alive, and I'm really grateful to have been a part of it. You know, to work with people that other people just read about. You know, to actually be able to call some of these guys your friends that really were your mentors, it has been a great experience. You know. Yeah. And, you know, people like Elvis Presley, for instance, that would spend time and talk to us and give us advice. And, you know, we really were very blessed to be in the business the way that we were.
The other thing that we ought to say is, you know, a lot of the success should be attributed to your parents and your Mormon background as well for keeping you guys so level-headed and, you know, enabling you to cope with all the success.
I am grateful that we went through all that we did. We did it together. Otherwise, you know, this industry has a way of distorting reality, if you will. And I always had my brothers to knock me on the head or vice versa, you know, and say, hey, guys, we can't take ourselves too serious. This is a great blessing, but, you know, let's keep focused on why we're doing this and have a good time. And so we did stop and enjoy a lot of the different experiences that we went through.